Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mr. Shakespeare again with you on the 24th of April. I'm joined, as usual, by psychic medium and remote viewer, Liz Cross. How are we doing today, Liz?
Oh, great. Thank you.
So you wanted to probe the jurors on the Trump trial. I've got some reservations about all of this, because I think this is massive amounts of electoral interference with Trump. But anyway, so you're gonna grab because apparently they know who the jurors are, but they can't reveal their names because of security concerns. So it says here. So we have jurors.
So let's grab the jury as a whole, and then we can go through one by one. So on the whole, I've got the jury here together for the Trump case. What would you like to know?
Have you already pre-decided the outcome?
Have you already predetermined the outcome? As a collective, no, but there's some that already know the outcome.
Okay. Do you collectively dislike Trump?
Do you collectively dislike Trump? No. There's some in there that do like him.
Okay. What else to ask, really? What can we ask?
Are you being paid? There, okay, so let's break this down. Are you receiving any money whatsoever? Not talking about expenses, but money for being a juror? No, so they're not being paid.
Okay, have they been incited? Sorry, not incited. Have they been, what's the word I'm looking for? Incentivized in any other way?
Are you being incentivized in any other way? They're being treated very well. Okay, so exceptionally well. Lots of food, lots of whatever they need catered for. They're being treated very well.
Of course. Do they subscribe to the common view, or one of the common views, that this is just a political trial?
Do you believe that this is a political trial? Some do, some don't. Some believe that this is, fair and this is due. And others believe that, this is political. So it's a big mixed bag of people and their personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Interesting.
Okay. Just pause it there a minute, please.
Okay. Okay, now Mr. Shakespeare has had his little rant. We can continue the video. There's so much we would like to say, but we can't say it. And well, not me, but Mr. Shakespeare. Anyway, let's crack on. So let's go. I want to go one by one through these jurors to see whether they would vote for Trump or whether they would vote for Biden. So let's juror number one, just so we can understand their bias. So it says here, juror number one, a man works in sales and previously worked as a waiter, has some college education, married with no children, and he gets his news from a range of outlets, and like the New York Times, the Daily Mail, Fox News, MSNBC. Juror number one. Okay, he's actually relatively young. As I tune into him, he is. Are you happy to be there? Yeah, he finds this very interesting. He likes being a part of history. If you were to vote today, and don't forget, this is today's personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions. April 24th, 2024. If you were to go vote, he goes, I don't like to vote. He just told me, I don't like to vote. But if you had to vote today between Trump or Biden, who would you choose? Okay, he just said Trump. Why would you choose Trump? Because it makes sense. Do you consider yourself to be a Republican? No. Do you consider yourself to be a Democrat? No. He says I'm just me, right? I don't align myself to either party. Okay. And are you enjoying the trial? Very much. All right. So let's go on to juror number 2. Juror number 2 is a married man who works in investment banking. He has an MBA in finance and described himself who basically reads everything. He does not follow the news and sees Trump's Truth Social posts via Twitter. Okay, so juror number 2. Now he's older. He's probably in his late 40s, early 50s. Are you enjoying being there? Yes. And he says they really wanted me on the jury. Did you try to get out of jury service? No. He says, I want to be here. It's a break. It's something different. If the election were held today, the presidential election, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Trump or would you vote for Joe Biden? Now, he just told me Trump. Okay. Again, today's date, April 24th, 2024. If Trump is convicted, if you, as a member of the jury, you all convict Trump, would you still vote for Trump? And he said, hell yes. Okay. So we're going on to juror number 3. Juror number 3 is a man who appears to be in his late 20s or early 30s. He's originally from the West Coast. He works in corporate law and said that he gets his news from the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and Google. So juror number 3, okay, I can already tell you as soon as I connect to juror number 3, he smokes marijuana. Okay, not that that matters. I'm just telling you what I pick up. If there was a presidential election today, April 24th, 2024, he would vote Biden. Okay, he would vote Biden. Even if you find Trump not guilty, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Trump? No way. I mean, he's a Democrat through and through, and he bleeds blue. So whatever, doesn't matter who the candidate is on the list, he will always vote Democrat, as liberal as you possibly can make it. Can you scroll up, please, Mr. Shakespeare? Just so we.
Yep. Hold on.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, juror number 4 is a man who's originally from the West Coast. Is this another one from the West Coast? He's a security engineer with some college education, married with children. Okay, this guy's a total geek, right? He's like one of those people with a beard that, not saying geeks have beards, but he's like kind of techie, right? I feel that very strongly. He just keeps himself quite isolated. He keeps himself to himself. He's not very sociable. And I'm asking him, if there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Today's date, he would vote for Trump. Okay. Juror number 5, a young woman who says she has friends with strong opinions on Trump, but that would not be a political, that she is not a political person and avoided the news. Okay, now I'm connecting with juror number 5. If there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Neither. Okay, she does not vote. Who would you lean towards? No, she is true. When she says she is apolitical, she absolutely means it. She does not vote. Okay, are you leaning towards convicting Trump? She says, I'll convict him if I need to convict him. Has your mind already been made up? No, it has not. Juror number 6 is a woman who works in tech. She told the court that she has no strong feelings about Trump and pledged to be fair and impartial. She's unmarried, no children, gets her news from New York Times, Google, Facebook, TikTok. Okay, so I'm connecting with juror number 6. Okay, now I know why she isn't married. Okay, no compromise there whatsoever. No compromise. It's her way or the highway at all times. If there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Trump? she could possibly vote for Trump. Would you vote for Biden? No, absolutely not. She would not vote for Biden. She would prefer Trump over Biden. Why? Because she just doesn't have any faith in Biden being a leader of the country. Okay, so juror number 7 is a man. So so the reason I'm doing this is to show, or actually for us to see firsthand, that this jury is may not go in the New York's favor, because a lot of people were worried about that. I mean, you even expressed concerns about that. um that's why we asked if they were incentivized or if they were paid. But as you're going into individuals here on the jury, it looks pretty much like they could go in Trump's favor. Like they lean that way. Now, I do believe that they will be fair so far from the ones that we probed, but they're not anti-Trump. So let's see, number 7. Juror number 7 is a man in his late middle age who works as a civil litigator. He's married with children, never served on a jury, gets his news from New York Times, Wall Street Journal, New York Post, Washington Post, and from podcasts. Okay, so let's tune into him. He's actually a very devoted family man. That's all that matters to him, is his wife and his family. And I'm saying, if there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Biden? Absolutely not. Would you vote for Trump? Yes, Trump would get his vote. Okay. Would you convict Trump? No. Even if the evidence was overwhelming against Trump, would you convict him? Absolutely not. So there's juror number 7. And he just said to me, even if the evidence was overwhelmingly against Trump, without a shadow of a doubt, would you convict Trump? He would take a lot of persuasion to find him guilty. Okay? So there you go, Mr. Shakespeare. They're not anti-Trump.
Okay. But this is still a political trial. It still is a political trial, and it's election interference of a presidential candidate. There is nothing in the American Constitution that stops Trump being on the ballot. So all the shenanigans that are being done all over, up and down, trying to stop him on the ballot, there isn't, they have no right to do it. So it's electoral interference, and that is illegal under American law. And the point I made earlier on, if they can do this, it can be done to anybody, and also it can be done to them. So, this is scary stuff what they're doing in America at the moment. It doesn't matter whether you like Trump or hate him or whatever. This is scary, scary stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, like, I haven't even paid that much attention to it. I'm just so busy. I don't have that kind of time, right? I just don't. Juror number 8 is a retired wealth manager who's married with children. Asked if he had any strong opinions about Trump, and he paused for a moment before answering yes. He said he could be fair and impartial. So let's look at number 8. Okay, number 8 comes across as a very angry person. He has a porn addiction and a sex addiction. He's on pornography all the time. He doesn't trust women either. He leads a bit of a secret life, or a double life, is what I'm getting. Do you like Trump? No, he can't stand Trump. Do you like Biden? Yeah, he does. If there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Biden. Okay, scroll down, Mr. Shakespeare, scroll down. So he would vote by. So even if the evidence was overwhelming in Trump's favor that he was innocent, he would still find him guilty. So juror number 8 his mind is already made up. Even beyond this, they're all reasonable doubt is presented in the case. You know that he didn't do it or whatever. No, he's guilty. So his mind is already made up from today's date. Now, going into the trial, people's thoughts, feelings, and opinions do change, right? One day you could wake up and say, wow, I love dark chocolate. It's my favorite thing. By the end of the day, maybe you've eaten so much dark chocolate, or maybe you got food poisoning off dark chocolate. And by the end of the day, you say to Liz, I'm never going to eat dark chocolate again. It gave me food poisoning. Yuck, gross, whatever. I don't like it anymore. I'm switching chocolate. Okay. People do change their opinions. Juror number 9 is a woman who told the court she believed she could fully follow the judge's instructions, but was not well versed in legal proceedings. She lives alone, does not follow the news closely, and is originally from New Jersey. Okay, juror number 9. She has cats, by the way. Juror number 9. If there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Trump? No. She would vote for Biden. And is your mind already made up about who? No, she says no, it is not. She's looking at all pieces of evidence. And I'm saying to her, even if would you convict? If she has to, she will convict Trump. She would say he's guilty. Okay, juror number 10. Number 10 is a man who works in e-commerce and said he did not really check the news, but listens to podcasts on behavioral psychology. He's originally from Ohio. Juror number 10, he keeps himself to himself. He doesn't really venture out too much. I'm asking him, if there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Trump? No. Would you vote for Biden? No, he doesn't vote. Okay, he doesn't vote. He's not interested. Juror number 11 is a woman who said she did not follow the news, but she did watch late night comedy shows. And she's originally from California. I don't know if anybody can call Saturday Night Live comedy anymore, whatever. And said she never rallied for or against Trump, but one of her close friends was convicted of financial fraud, she says. Ooh. Juror number 11, okay, she's a bit of an airhead. So first thing going in, sorry if she actually listens to this, but I'm just saying she just really, her mind, she can't really process very well. She can't process political news. She can't process and critically think about information. She definitely has a processing issue up there going on in the brain. She's not wired like how a lot of us, certainly Mr. Shakespeare is wired. She's wired very differently. She's more creative. She's more artistic. I feel like she's very musical as well. Not saying that that's bad or good, just saying what I'm getting from her at first glance. If there was a presidential election today, juror number 11, who would you vote for? She's like, I don't know. She just shrugs her shoulders. I have no idea. I'm not interested. I don't vote. Okay. And the last one, juror number 12, a female who works as a physical therapist. She lived in a few states before coming to New York. She reads major news outlets and listens to podcasts about sports and faith. So juror number 12, how do you feel? Now, I automatically, as I tap into her, she's tapping her fingers at me. She doesn't want to be there. And she's saying, I hate men. So why is it that you hate men? They disgust me. They repulse me. So I automatically am picking up on this anger going on inside of her. She doesn't want to be there. She's frustrated. She's not the type of person that sits down for long periods of time. She doesn't like that. She always has to be on the move. And as I tap into juror number 12, if there was a presidential election today, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Trump? No, she would vote for Biden. So there you go. I mean, overall, it doesn't look like the jury's very biased. I mean, apart from that one juror who said he's guilty no matter what. I mean, what do you think, Mr. Shakespeare?
Well, I mean, no doubt they've spent a lot of time with their jury selection that, you know, that both sides have agreed on. God knows how many people they actually went through to get this lot. They were saying that, how would they get a non-biased jury in New York? It would have been better for them to hold the trial elsewhere, but of course they didn't. I don't know. I'm still, I can't take this seriously because I just think that it is a complete and utter sham and a farce. It's making the American legal system look on the world stage like some backward third, world republic. What they're doing is, the bigger picture is way bigger than whether Trump is or isn't guilty of anything, or I don't know. Just I don't know what else to say.
Well, we'll have to see what happens, but at least we can look at this from probing this jury today, April 24th, 2024. I would say it's probably as fair a jury as they're gonna get. You
Yeah,
know what I
probably.
mean? It
Yeah,
looks
no,
that
I
way.
agree, because they've probably been through so many potential jurors. That, yeah, I mean, this is probably, I don't know.
I
I don't know
can't
what else to say.
fault.
It to me, it's like it's a comedy show. It's a farce. I mean, it's nonsense. But they are doing what they're doing. They're trying to stop Trump getting on the ballot. This is all what it's about.
Well, but let's be fair though. Also, to be fair, if somebody has done something just because they are a former president or a multi-billionaire or whatever, they should not be above the law, right? And that's the main thing about the law. The law is fair and the law is equal. Those are the basic principles that the whole legal system was designed on. Okay, I went to law school. That's the first thing you learn in law school. No one is above the law. So are they trying to keep him off the ballot, or are they trying to say no one is above the law? We'll soon find out. Mr. Shakespeare and I did already probe the outcome. We're not going to say what it is. It's sort of this is too volatile a situation. But for right now, we think we have the outcome. We'll keep probing it. We'll keep asking lots of different. It's never good to just take the one answer. You need to like double check, recheck, and see what information is coming out. And so we can probe a whole bunch of different people. Will this keep him off the ballot? Possibly not. Possibly. We don't know at this point. But I think even if it keeps him off the ballot, can't people just write in their choice anyway? I would assume so. Um, Again, I haven't paid that much attention. So we'll stop this one here, Mr. Shakespeare, and you can carry on with your rant off camera.